The JMU Dukes have fought and clawed all season long to get to this exact moment right here. Now, early in the season, Georgia Tech actually beat us. That was one of our 2 losses of the entire season. We have found a way to get to the number 4 team in the nation. Yes, that's right. JMU is a top 5 team in all of NCAA football for the first time in program history, but we want to make sure that we hold on to that spot. We stay a top 5 team, but to do that, we have to beat Georgia Tech today. Now, Rock Thomas right now is leading the Heisman vote getters at this point. Pretty positive he'll end up winning, but we'll see how that shakes out. We have the number 16 recruiting class in the nation, and part of that is because we signed Morton, a 5-star prospect. Tons of other good guys there. If you want to see if you can be a recruit, there will be a separate video for that in the offseason, so don't submit them right now. There will be a separate video for you guys to do so. Now, Cardon Johnson gets the game started off strong with a 15-yard rush. We want to get our running game established today, especially against Georgia Tech, because when they get the ball, they've typically scored against us. So if we can hold the rock, we'll be doing good. But look at this, a huge play. Disher goes to Hyman, and Hyman goes into the end zone, a 56-yard receiving touchdown. Exactly how the Dukes want to start the game. Establish the running offense, throw a deep pass, and let it break for a big gain. Now, Florida ends up being Auburn, so a top 5 team has lost, and if we can win today, we'll avoid being the second top 5 team to lose on this Saturday. Now, Georgia Tech back on offense. Rick Adams tries to go to a read option, but we sniffing out, stopping him after 3 yards. They go back to the read option. That's the primary part of their offense, and this time Barrow and the rest of the defense come in and lay a huge hit. Now, 3rd and 3 for Rick Adams. Pressure's coming, he panics, and he throws it out of bounds. So the Dukes actually look really good. In our first meeting against Georgia Tech in the season, Rick Adams completely destroyed us, but there, we're looking pretty solid. So 4th and 3 for Georgia Tech. They opt to end up punting the football. Stephen Weldon's going to field it. Moves to the left, moves back to the right-hand side, tries to cut back in the middle. He had a lane there, but couldn't quite squeeze through it. But still, 15 yards on that return. Now, 1st and 10 back for JMU. We go to the read option, and look at Joe Disher putting the team on his back. This team will go as far as Joe Disher lets them go. Now, 3rd and 3, Disher across the middle, and no, a beautiful interception there by Durham. He jumped the route. We thought we had Ishmael Hyman. Early in this ballgame, Disher has definitely keyed on Hyman to be his go-to receiver, and apparently Georgia Tech knew about that in the scouting report, and they get a clutch interception on that drive. Now, they go back to the read option here for Georgia Tech, and Leggett is off to the races. Is anyone going to catch this dude? Luckily, Rashad Jean Jr., the redshirt freshman, comes in after 36 yards and stops that play. Back to the read option. Brett Siegel misses on that one. This time, Branch gets lit up, but Branch is going to fight his way back and ends up tackling Rick Adams. But 18 yards there. The quarterback for Georgia Tech has started to get in a little bit of a move here, and I'm a little worried about what he's going to do to JMU. Now, Adams goes back to the left-hand side, but Aries Cole is going to wrestle him down with a little bit of assistance from Brett Siegel on that play. Now, 3rd and 2 in the red zone. They hand it off to Leggett. Leggett throws the guy to the ground. Branch is going to try and tackle him, but he carries Branch all the way down to the 1-yard line. So 1st and goal for Georgia Tech. CJ Leggett is shown to be a problem today. Now they get a man in motion. They fake the handoff dive up the middle. They pitch it out to the left-hand side, and J.J. Green destroys Charles Tutt there for pretty much a 1-yard touchdown run, and Georgia Tech has tied things up 7-7 here late in the first quarter. Now with JMU having the ball back, it's 2nd and 2. Disher throws it out to the flats, and look at that. Cameron King gets 4 yards to get us the first down. 1st and 10, we got Dodson in motion. We're going to hand it off to Cardon Johnson. Cardon Johnson moves his way through, and look at the young fella, or should I say old fella, in terms of college years, get the first down. And with 30 seconds left in the first half, or the first quarter, we get it back to Joe Disher. We pitch it out to Ishmael Hyman. Ishmael Hyman has had big plays all day. A spin move, probably for no good reason at that point, but still 11 yards to help us move those chains. Now, the first quarter coming to a close. Disher gets a man over. He's going to roll to his right-hand side, throws it to Jordan Dodson, and it could not be better to see Jordan Dodson get involved in this offense. He has been a catalyst all season long, and we need him to show up big today. Now, Cardon Johnson tries to get to the halfback screen moving, but still that doesn't end up working. He loses 4 yards to make it 3rd and 24. So we have a ton of yards to do. All we want to do pretty much is get it in field goal territory. Now, Disher rolls to the right, throws one deep as he gets hit. He finds Jordan Dodson. Dodson's got a chance to get into the end zone. He dives, and Jordan Dodson is into the end zone. 45 yards for number 80 there. The redshirt freshman has a chance to win the Mackey Award if he can keep pushing strong this year. And with a big showing today, I think he just might take that hardware home. Now, Georgia Tech is back to the read option, and it is working like crazy. Rick Adams, though, gets a little confused there, and Rashad Jean Jr. blows him up for a big tackle. And with 5 minutes left here in the second quarter, a pitch out to J.J. Green. Barrow's coming through, and Barrow lights him up. A hard hit on J.J. Green, but still, Georgia Tech gets 9 yards on that play. A little bit of a hit here again, and J.J. Green is out for the races. Can anyone get to him? Ezekiel comes in. He can't tackle him. Ergelhart goes in, and he can't get him either. So a 45-yard touchdown run for Georgia Tech. And things are interesting. Our defense looked great on that first drive against Georgia Tech, but since then, they have marched down the field and controlled the ball easily on us. Now back on offense for the JMU Dukes. We're going to go to a wide receiver screen. We pitch it out to Sean McMahon, and look at this, the crafty move there by Sean McMahon. 10 yards on that drive. Now 2nd and 5 again. Joe Disher's got all the time in the world. Throws one deep. This time he is John Miller. The senior is moving down the field. I feel like we forget about John Miller all the time, but a huge reception to put us up 21-14. Disher is unleashing the cannon today. A lot of critics have said he doesn't have the arm strength. With a couple weeks off, a week to prepare, Joe Disher is showing that he has a cannon out there. But what is going on with the JMU Dukes defense? Another big run here. Number 30 is moving down the field. Will anyone actually catch him? Lucky for us though, Barrow drops him just shy of the 5-yard line, but CJ Leggett has torched us all game long. Now JJ Green out to the left-hand side, and unfortunately we can't get the tackle. That's a 6-yard touchdown run to tie it up at 21-21. What is going on with the Dukes defense? They look so good on the first drive, but has Georgia Tech figured them out? This is a little scary. If the Dukes don't score an offense, they might be in trouble. Now a good little comeback route by Sean McMahon to get a 12-yard first down as John Miller picks him up. Here on 2nd and 5, almost 2 minutes left in the first half. Disher moves back. He's going to try to cut up the middle again, and he's sacrificing his body as he gets another first down on that read option. Now 2nd and 10, we see Jordan Dotson out of the right-hand side, and Dotson gets dropped at the 40, but not before he gets 18 yards there. Another first down. The Dukes offense is looking money. If only the defense can look this good, we might just be okay. Now Disher throws a dicey pass across the middle. It hits the defensive back right in between the numbers, but lucky for us, he had his back turned to it, so it was not an interception. With under a minute left, Disher rolls back to the right, throws it again to Jordan Dotson on 4th and 10, and that one is going to be huge. A big 4th down conversion. Coach Mike Houston calls the timeout. So with under a minute left, Disher looking for something. He's going to step up in the pocket. He rolls to the right-hand side. All the time in the world to run, and he gets out of bounds safely without being hit. Disher is looking much more like a veteran now. Now a fake bubble screen. Disher rolls to the right. He sees Dotson across the middle. He throws it, and this one is going to be another touchdown. Jordan Dotson, what a play by him. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the day. Joe Disher has 4 passing touchdowns in the day. Say what you want, but we're still in the first half, and Joe Disher is putting on a show. But Georgia Tech has a little bit of time left, and they're trying to score. So under 20 seconds left, they get a first down, and they call the timeout there. Only 1 timeout left. Now 16 seconds, Adams feels the pressure, he throws it, and Rashad Jean Jr., the playmaker, the Ed Reed of this JMU defense, gets a huge interception to stop the first half. Look at this again. Jumps the route, runs into his own man, can't even get hooked off of him. Finds a way finally though, and ends up stumbling on the ground, but still, that stops Georgia Tech's drive, and we go into halftime with a 28-21 lead. Things are looking a little bit better, but the defense has to keep stepping it up. Now right now, we are polar opposites on both sides of the ball. Passing yards, we're killing it. Rushing yards, Georgia Tech is killing it. But Georgia Tech has the ball back, and they're back to that read option. But Rashad Jean Jr. says, look, I watched a little bit of film at halftime. I made a big play at the end of the first half. Now I think that dude is ready to stop this offense. Now 3rd and 10, they need a conversion, and who is guarding Messick? Messick is going to throw Branch to the ground. Barrow comes in. He's going to try to get him, but Brett Siegel is finally the only JMU defender to bring that dude down. Now back to the read option again. Rick Adams up the middle. Rashad Jean Jr. comes in with a hard hit, but 15 more yards brings them inside the red zone. A handoff to Leggett. He has all the time in the world, and he skirts in the end zone. I think he just might have been completely untouched in that one, and Leggett has killed us. Georgia Tech is trying to get their offense, their defense fired up. If they can make a stop here, we could be in trouble because since that first drive, JMU's defense has not stopped Georgia Tech's offense. But Cardon Johnson, the savvy veteran, gets 19 yards on that scamper on the halfback screen, and the offensive linemen are loving what he's doing today. And with 3:30 left here in the third quarter, got a man in motion. We go back to Sean McMahon. Disher's going to try to see what he can do. He pitches it out to McMahon. McMahon's going to force his way to the first down and just gets enough. Again, Sean McMahon doesn't get a ton of touches, but when he does touch the ball, he makes big plays. Now Disher throws a dime here to John Miller, who stops on a dime. Unfortunately fumbles it, but we still get the first down. Now 1st and 10, we got Cameron King in the backfield. He's going to move his way up a little bit, tries to make a little bit of a move. A great hesitation, but the safety for Georgia Tech steps up and makes a hard hit. 2nd and 2 here inside the 10-yard line. Cardon Johnson's back in the game, and he gets in for another touchdown in the day for the JMU Dukes. So that makes it 35-28. Can the Dukes finally get a stop on defense? That's what everybody wants to know. Now 2nd and 7, Georgia Tech back to that little bit of a halfback dive, and that one is going nowhere. The first time I feel like all game that we stopped CJ Leggett. Now Adams throws one deep. He's got a guy open, and he gets just 1 foot down. In college, you only need 1. You don't need 2. So going in the third quarter, JMU was up 35-28 in this top 10 battle, but can they hold on as Georgia Tech is completely driving down the field at will? Now Adams goes back to the fake dive, pitches it out to Leggett again, and this time another hard hit. Clinton Lynch on that play for 9 yards. The fake fullback dive again, they go after the halfback pitch, and JMU has been a sucker for this all game long. They have to stop it soon. Now first to go back for Georgia Tech, they go to the halfback pitch again at JJ Green, but this time they have nowhere to run. We stop him for -3 yards, and Robert Branch is feeling good about how he's playing today. Now 3rd and goal with 4 minutes left. Rick Adams back, all the time in the world. Great pass protection, throws it across the middle to Leggett. We going for the tackle, and we miss. That's unfortunate because if Ezekiel could have hit him square, I'm pretty sure that would have stopped him, forced him to kick a field goal. But unfortunately, they get the touchdown, and things are back to tied up at 35-35. What is going on with the Dukes defense? But look at this. Joe Disher says, I am putting the team on my back as he scampers out, nearly cut up the field and put that for even more yards, but 25 yards, moves the ball across the 50. Disher rolls to the right-hand side, see if he can find anybody open. He doesn't, and he decides to keep it. Joe Disher holding on to the rock, keeping it for a first down, and the Dukes are marching. About 2 minutes left, Cardon Johnson up the middle and finds a way to get a first down on a crucial 2nd and 8. 10 yards on that run. We're going to try and milk the clock a little bit here. Can the Dukes hold on to it? Let's find out. So run with Cameron King. Cameron King back in the game, getting a couple of touches today. The true freshman looking good as he gets just about 8 or 9 yards. And Cardon Johnson up the middle gets stopped at the 1, so under a minute. Tie ball game, 2nd and goal. Can the Dukes score? We're going to hand it off to Cardon Johnson, and this time he goes into the end zone untouched. That's a big touchdown. His 2nd of the day, 88 total yards in the day for Cardon Johnson. Everyone's celebrating, but don't celebrate yet because Georgia Tech has the ball back. Now with 15 seconds, Rick Adams So's one on the left-hand side, just gets his guy the ball perfectly where he needs to. 6 seconds, they're about at the 50. What can they do? So Adams goes to throw it in. Maurice Cole gets his 13th sack of the year. The true freshman is tied for the league lead in total sacks all season long. What is going on? What a great prospect by the JMU Dukes. Now with the final play of the game, they throw one deep. This one's going to be botted up a couple of times, and that one is going to fall to the ground. Rashad G. Jr. gets a deflection. Coach Mike Houston is happy because the JMU Dukes, say it with me, are ACC champions. So a big game overall by the Dukes. We beat the team that could have spoiled our season earlier in the year. We battled back. Joe Disher put the team on his back, 4 total touchdowns all in the first half, 8 carries for 69 yards. Most importantly, though, the JMU Dukes found a way to get the win. They got the stops when they needed to at the end of the ball game, and they're going to walk out here as ACC Championship. So hats off to Joe Disher, over 288 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, which was early in the ball game. Cardon Johnson with a good game. Disher had a good game on the ground. Cameron King came in with a few crucial runs. Jordan Dotson gets 114 in the air. John Miller and Ishmael Hyman were both huge. Robert Brand, Rashad G. Jr., and Brett Siegel all had important games today. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of these videos. Check the playlist on the screen, and I'll catch you guys in the very next video.